Good, beautiful, wonderful, amazing morning to you all. We had a slice of winter the other day. It's pretty much melted. There's really nothing here now. There's a little bit of ice in that puddle over there. A little bit of snow right there. Still a little bit of snow there. A friend of mine in Yaroslavl got hammered with snow. I think he had 10 inches, maybe a foot. So about 30 centimeters of snow. We had maybe 2 inches, which is like 4 or 5 centimeters probably is all we had. Even Moscow got snow, but it's warming up again now. It's beautiful and sunny. We are playing around with this guy, getting him hooked up for the first time. I needed a new hose made, so we've got this new hose made. Maybe you didn't know it, but our friends over at the Tractoristy make hoses, quality premium hoses. Look at this beauty right there. And so of course we contacted them. And they, of course, immediately said yes. And they built us a brand new hose for this thing because the old one was toast. So if you need a hose, check these guys out. Not only do they have a YouTube channel, and I think that's Instagram, but I have no idea. They got a website. Of course, they have a phone number, which I don't have in front of me, but you can find it. They sell tractors and equipment, and they make beautiful hoses. And I believe they ship them all over Russia. So if you need a hose, contact them today. Wes is just getting that part hooked up. Then we're going to hook this up. This is new for us. Every tractor I ever owned had a hitch. Big solid chunk of metal that bolts to the belly of the tractor here. Those two bolts and sticks out over here. And then you have a hole with a pin. I have never ever had a hitch on a 3-point linkage like this. To me, it really seems unsafe, but it is pretty normal here. So we'll try it. We may end up building for us a normal hitch underneath the tractor yet. Because like I said, this is odd for me. I've never seen this until this tractor, but it works good with this pintle here. What's up? It's all hooked up?
I think so.
Ready to roll?
I tried in the other hole and didn't work. Hey,
another strange thing. Not strange, I guess. I say strange. It's just, I just mean different. It's something different. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just different. Tractor I've ever owned. So these 3 handles run the hydraulics. These couplers right here, you see these shiny metal things? For those of you who are not familiar with tractors, this is where hoses get shoved in. Same as this. This is the female end, this is the male end. And it goes inside of here, makes a connection, and then you can send oil through. So there's 2 up here, there's 2 more on the other side of the tractor, and there's 2 on the back of the tractor. Never in my life have I seen that. Every tractor I've ever had, they're always on the back of the tractor. Except for loader controls. Loader controls are up here. Now, here in Russia, they do put a lot of implements on the front, and therefore they like hoses up here. So it's not a bad idea, but I also like them on the back. What's different here, though, is these handles are here. Which, again, if you're running implements on the front of the tractor, I guess that might be handy. But if you're running on the back, like we always do with a mower or, I don't know, a plow, whatever you're running back there, you'd have to lean up here to get the handles, which I think feels like it would be awkward. That's what you're thinking, too. Yeah. Right here. We're used to them there right here. So this one here is for PTO, power takeoff. I'll show you what that is in a minute if you're not aware. And the other one is the gas pedal. It's connected to this. Go ahead and move that. See how that goes up and down. So you can either run it on hand control or foot control. That's normal. PTO, it comes in various different sizes. Some of them are just an electronic push button now. Our last tractor had this stick on the other side for PTO. They come in various different ways. That's great. That's fine. But we're used to these other slots, and there is rooms for them. Hey?
The hydraulics were down here last time. For
PTO, you mean?
No, for the hydraulics. Like close to the
ah, yes, they had handles there, yes, yeah, on the Farmo.
That was just comfortable.
Yeah, but then the International, they had handles just like this over here. So, hey, every tractor's slightly different, but I've never ever seen one with the hydraulic controls up at the front. We'll have to play with that and see if that's going to be handy for us or not, or maybe there's a way of moving some back. So we got 2 here, like I said, and then on the back of the tractor, there is only 2. And so this tractor has 6 remotes total. Or three pairs, whatever you want to call it. And typically every tractor that we've ever owned, they're always back here. So you'd have, I think the last tractor, the Farmo that we had, only had 2 sets here. My Maxim would have had, and my Puma would have had 6 or 3 sets at the back. This one's only got 1 at the back, and then 1 on each side on the front. Now we could simply take a hose, plug it in there, and bring it back here, and then we'd end up having more here, which is probably what we'll do. My last mower, for example, needed 2 sets. One for raising and lowering the mower, and one for swinging it out, in and out. If you actually could use 3, not the last mower. The mower I had before that would have needed 3, because you have the mower to swing in and out, you have up and down, and then you also had the tilt on the disc mower on the head. So there was actually three hoses, or 3 sets needed for that one. This particular wagon only needs 1, so that's not an issue, but every implement is slightly different. Now, I mentioned PTO, or power takeoff. That's this shaft, which comes from your engine out through the transmission back here. It turns on and off with its own handle, and this is where you can run implements. So if you see a farmer out there spreading manure or mowing hay or something, quite often he's running from a shaft. We're going to be rototilling later today, and you're running from a shaft on here. This groove in here is so that it doesn't fall off. There's a special ball, that's what it is, that holds onto this into this groove. If you can tell, there's a groove there, and keeps it from sliding off. Obviously, this thing spins pretty fast. This is a 540 shaft, meaning 540 revolutions per minute. There's also the 1000 PTO shaft, 1000 revolutions per minute. It's a different style of shaft. Here, I seem to only have 1. My last tractor, you pull this out, flip it around, shove it back in. The one side was 540, the other side was 1000. Different splines. But that then runs whatever equipment you need back here for extra, what do you want to call it? Just to use it, to make it move, make it do whatever it does. This one doesn't need that, of course. This is just hydraulic dump and down. That's it. Okay, see if it works. Oh, something's happening. I seen the hose move. There it goes. There you go, it's working. Now, I don't know the condition of the rest of the hoses, but that is now up. So it looks like we got a leak right there. It's dripping. So we'll take a look into that. Might need to get another hose made. That one actually looks really bad. You can see right there, it's in pretty bad shape. We may end up getting a couple more hoses made. Cylinder itself is covered in oil, but that's pretty normal. There's no massive leak there, though. It's just, they tend to leak around the seals. Between the shiny part and the dirty part, there's a seal, rubber seal, and sometimes they weep a little bit. You can see some weepage there. All in all, pretty good. Dumps up pretty nice. Now, this thing ain't new by any means. It was the right price, and so I bought it. We are not, like, super rich people. Depending on who you talk to, I guess. I mean, we sold our farm in Canada, and we brought what we had with us, and it's enough to buy this land and build a house, build a shop, and hopefully buy a couple of cows. And now we're looking for some cheap equipment, and then hopefully we'll be able to farm and make some money. So we're not much different than any of you in that regard, and we just buy what we can afford, and this happened to be something I could afford. So, not new, but should work for many years, I hope. Yeah, very nice. All right, let her back down. It's a bit slow on the down, but it's just gravity. Gravity down, and then hydraulic up. So the weight of the box is what's pushing the hydraulic fluid out of the cylinder back into the tractor. That's good. What do you think, Buck? Pretty neat or what?
Yeah.
Looks good. All right, well, we're gonna hook it up and move it around the yard here a minute to a different spot, and then we're gonna get the rototiller hooked up. All right, Wes has got the tractor backed up here. That bottom piece had to come out so that we can run our PTO shaft. So now you can see again the shaft on the tractor, and it'll hook up to this shaft here on the rototiller. And then we have this is the shaft that goes in between. And it's got these unions in it, which allows it to turn, okay? So as you raise and lower the implement, of course, you're not going to be in a straight line. So this allows you, you can't run it on a real big angle, but on a slight difference, it'll still operate, okay, and be able to spin without snapping the shaft. You got one on both sides. And then this is telescopic as well, so it can get bigger or smaller. I'm just trying to line it all up right now. Now this is still nice because it's brand spanking new, so all of this stuff still works. A lot of tractors never use the 3-point linkage. Okay, we use the drawbar in the middle here in the west for pulling most of our stuff, and many times never actually use these arms. I know a lot of guys actually take them completely off and just leave them in the shed. Now you can do that only if you have that middle drawbar that I talked about with the hole in it. So anyway, the problem is that if you don't use this for a year or two, it starts to seize up. It's very important to keep it lubricated, keep it going. So what he's trying to do is get that hole lined up right now, just like this side. Once we get it lined up and lift it up, then we can play with this again to make sure it's level. That's probably good there. Yeah, that'll work. It'll just wiggle like that. A little more up then, maybe. Got it? There it goes. Okay, now we need top link. Top link is right here. That's got a convenient storage, which is really great. Some don't, and they just kind of dangle there. That pulls out. I'll let you do it. You got two hands on. And this guy also can change. By turning this guy, you can make this shaft longer or shorter to make this line up. So right now, it's actually tipped back too far and it needs to go forward anyway, but I still think the shaft's too short. It looks to me like the whole unit is kind of leaning backwards right now. And I would think that we're going to want this more or less flat, level. So that means that guy's going to have to come forward. Yes, sir?
Music.
Making music? That's what it's for, buddy. They built that right there. It says right here, for Finley to play music. Right? No, probably not. But it's still nice music. All right, so a little bit of work, but we got her. The top link was just never been used, so it's still painted. So we had to get some of the paint off of this ball. Just been working it back and forth in this jam nut as well. So that's good to go. Wes is getting the shaft on right now. We just greased it, but we realized it is not spring-loaded. So these can come in either a spring-loaded variety or this way. And this is a royal pain because it's bolt on, bolt off. But anyway, we'll make do. It'll be all right. So I greased the sides, this one, and the other side. This here needs oil, so I picked that up yesterday. We're going to fill this guy up with oil. Then we should be good to go. As far as I know, everything else is ready. So as it turns out, the shaft is too long. And there's no way of changing that. We're already in the farthest hole. Going to this hole will not make it any longer. Going to this one, obviously, will bring the thing closer. And right now, actually, it's tipped back. In my opinion, it needs to come this way, which will actually make this even longer yet, or shorter distance, which means this one will be too long. So we're going to take it back off now. I'm going to cut a chunk out of here, try to knock this off, and weld it back on, and move maybe 2 inches out of here. This shaft slides right into here up to about here. So we've got lots of room. We're just going to cut the outer shaft and modify it so that it'll work. Step 1, cut all the way around. Try to get the old weld off. Step 2, try to smash this bushing off the end of here. Step 3, cut it. Step 4, weld this back on. Never works quite that easy, but we will do our best. Success! Got it off. Next step, cut this off like I said. Another load of steel. These guys. Always more. It's soffit here for the barn now, or for the shop. Wall steel. white wall steel for inside, red for the outside, steel for the bunkhouse, and that's roof steel for the root cellar. Mama making sure Finley's safe. How come you're not driving the tractor, buddy? You should be driving the tractor. No. Too little. One day, right? Yeah. Yeah. This kitty can sleep anywhere. See? Kushka. Meow. Leave me alone, I'm sleeping. Hello. Sleepyhead. Morning time. No way. Oh, what a lovely day. And now we're back to the rototiller. Filling it up full of oil. There's a teeny little hole. This little hole we got to pour oil through. That goes pretty slow, so we took the whole lid off the top. Now we have a big giant hole and we can get it in much faster. The little hole will be all right for topping it up once in a while for low, but pretty time consuming. Nice to have a good look inside while we're in here. We never did get the rototilling done. One thing led to another. The rototiller's ready to go. We'll do that tomorrow. Our brooders showed up, and the chickens are just about ready to hatch in the incubator. So we decided to get these brooders. These are 3 different brooders. That's the bottom. And we're busy unpacking them right now. So you've got wheels over here. Supposed to be a great design, and we're hoping it will work very, very well for us. So we are going to unpack these, get them in the van, and head on home. Took a lot of work after a lot of struggles. We couldn't get it to fit. We got 2 and we couldn't get the 3rd one in. We're now at Limana Pro, which isn't too far away from the shipping company. We had to leave the doors open, one sticking out quite far. I ended up coming here to Limana Pro. We needed to buy an Allen key kit in order to move 1 seat. So it's sitting now sideways over here so that we could get this 2nd unit in and not have to have the doors wide open. So now we're good. We're gonna go home. We will set these up tomorrow and hopefully fill them full of chicks in the next couple of days. And we'll show you guys that all in another video. Hope you guys enjoyed today. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. God bless you. Catch you later.
As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. Maybe this is the season of love.